Hey guys, welcome back. Welcome back to this Tambo College Guide. We're gonna be doing Fungal Grotto 2, Veteran Hard Mode. Again, this dungeon is not too particularly hard. It can be. There are some things I'm gonna explain in the video. I think that are gonna make a lot of sense to people that have done it before, and it'll hopefully help some people that are struggling to get through this. All right, let's get started. So this first boss isn't too terribly hard. It's just a spider boss. It has a couple ads. It's going to do a couple mechanics here. You're going to want to watch for that one there, the poison. So you're going to want your tank, taunt the ads and taunt the boss and try and chain the ads and get them in so they die with cleave. They'll heal each other. Once they're dead, they're dead. They won't come back. That poison AoE, what I typically like to do is I typically will, as a tank, I could stand in that and tank the boss in that. The longer this fight goes on, the more poison this boss puts down. The only other mechanic you gotta watch for, there's two of them. Do you see right there, the boss tried to eat that ad? It eats the ad and it heals itself, so you have to bash the boss when it does that. And the only other thing you really gotta watch for is it's gonna be this cleave that's coming up right here. You'll see it. The boss does a cleave, and you can actually see... You can see it's pretty, like, as long as you're tanking the boss away from the group, it's the conals, it's pretty forgiving. But yeah, like I said, poisons, don't stand in poison unless you're the tank. Bash the boss when it heals itself and eats the ad, and then just watch the cleave and kill the ads in the beginning, and then you guys are good. All right, guys. So this next boss can be she can be really challenging. There's two mechanics in this fight. One of them is a chain mechanic, and one of them is a tether mechanic that will kill someone in group. You can't heal through the chain mechanic, and you can't really heal through the tether. So what's going to happen here is the tank's going to want to go in and taunt the boss. This boss doesn't do any cleave; just hold the boss still as a tank. We're gonna get a tether between the DPS and the healer. You see standing in the back in just a second. It's a purple tether. That tether, the way you break that is you have to separate, and it will break the mechanic. It will break the tether. That will kill someone it's attached to. So what's going to happen here is you want to DPS one of the ads. You only have to kill one to unchain the person on the floor. If you don't do that, it will one-shot the person that's chained to the floor. So what's going to happen here is you're going to see a heavy attack. I miss a block, and it knocks me down. You're going to want to block it. You're going to want to block that. Here's a chain mechanic again. So again, concentrate DPS on one ad and kill that ad to get the person unchained from the floor. And then, so what we're going to have here now is this boss is going to split into four. So you see she splits into four ads. None of these are actually the boss. You actually have to kill these ads to bring the boss back out, and then you can DPS the boss again. So just have the tank taunt them together, and you guys just AoE and kill them. And now the boss is back, and we're going to kill her here. There's no other mechanics in this boss I can really think of. It's really important. Don't ignore the chain mechanic. Kill the ad, and don't ignore the tether. Separate. Put distance between you two, and you'll be fine. That's it. All right, guys. This next boss fight's actually really obnoxious. What I like to do as a tank is I don't taunt the boss at all. I let the DPS stack. The DPS stack on the boss, and then taunt the ads away from the boss. You might have to chain them. Sometimes their taunt table is really crazy. So if this boss kills these ads, she becomes resistant to all the damage, and it'll take you a half an hour to kill this boss. So all you have to do is take the ads away from the boss, have the DPS concentrate their DPS on the boss, and the tank concentrate on taunting the ads away. Do not kill these ads, or like I said, it will take you a half an hour to kill this boss. There's not any other mechanics to this. Have the DPS stack on the boss and taunt the ads away from the boss, and do not kill the ads. And you can see here, I'm struggling to keep the ads away from the boss. They just sort of will taunt on their own. But that's it for this boss fight. This is a really annoying boss fight. Most people skip this boss fight. I won't go over the skip. It's not needed for the daily pledges. It's needed for the quest to kill this boss. But that's it, guys, for this one. All right, guys. So this is one of my favorite boss fights in the game. You see that portal there that she's coming out of? That's going to be important. So have the tank pull this boss in the center of the room, or towards the back of the bridge there where he walked over. As far as for the tank, there's not really anything here you have to worry about too bad. Block her Shadow Bolt. She does like a heavy attack like Shadow Bolt. She's going to do lasers that come out of the back of the room there. DPS don't stand in those. Tank, you can stand in that. It causes a little knockback. And she does an AoE that will come out from her feet. Yeah, that right there. DPS, get out of that. The thing about this is that portal in the back, you see someone get sucked into that. So that portal, what happens is the closest person to that portal gets sucked into it. And you have to kill the spiders. There's some spider ads back there. You have to kill the spiders, and it puts you back out into the fight. So one person has to go back there. So you don't want it to be the tank, and you don't want it to be the healer. So one of your DPS should position themselves in between the boss and that portal. You'll see it like the portal. It'll come up again here in a second. The DPS will get stuck back there. Other than that, as a DPS or a healer, you just want to kind of like you can see that laser targets specific players. Don't stand in that. Don't stand in these two AoEs, the large explosion or the little one. Other than that, you can see the boss gets taunt immune here for some reason. I think I might have over taunted her. I even mentioned it in the fight. I said it's weird. I think I over taunted her. But you can see the DPS and the healer standing in some of those AoEs. It's not particularly deadly. It can be if you don't have enough CP. There's the Shadow Bolt. That's the one you want to either block or dodge. As a tank, if you block it, it won't kill you. If you don't block it, it won't kill you either. But other than that, you can see one of our DPS gets sucked in the back. One of our DPS is sucked in the back right now. There, like I said, there's about 7 or 8 spider ads. It's not particularly hard. I suggest DPS maybe slot a heal for this fight or a shield, just in case, because you will have to go back there and kill those ads. Now, this boss shouldn't, I think it's under 15%, this boss shouldn't suck anyone into the portal, and if you're in the portal and your group pushes the boss, it'll kick you back out. You can see the portal spawning again now. And so yeah, guys, that'll wrap it up for this fight. Like I said, it's not particularly hard, so... Alright, so this next boss is really funny. What I like to do is I like to range taunt this boss up on this platform here where I'm standing, and tank him right here on this little landing. Face him away from the group. He does a couple mechanics. He does a heavy attack. He does an AoE right there where he spins his sword around. This mechanic we're looking at now, he damages a group and he drains everyone's magicka, and here comes the heavy attack. As a tank, you want to block that. I didn't block it. So he, those are all his mechanics. So that purple mechanic there, he drains everyone's magicka and damages you. So if you have Vigor, slot it. A Warden Lotus Blossom is really good here because you can just heavy attack the boss and you refill your magicka and you heal the group. But that's it for this boss. He's really easy. He just has that really wonky mechanic where he drains your magicka, but you still have to heal. So make sure you block the heavy attack, don't stand and cleave, and that'll wrap it up for that boss. I almost forgot to mention, by the way, after you kill this boss, you want to jump down here and grab this husk. This husk is actually the obsidian husk. This husk is actually how you activate the hard mode at the end of the dungeon. Alright, you guys, so we're approaching the final boss room here. There's actually not that many mechanics to this boss, but there's one really important, well, there's 2 really important mechanics here. This boss fight's actually right in the beginning of the dungeon, which is funny. You have to go back to the beginning of the dungeon. So you're going to want to walk up to, you're going to see, I think I do it here in a second. We're waiting on the other person. You're going to want to walk up to that quest giver there next to the brazier. And you give them the husk. You're going to see me do it here. And so what happens here is this activates the hard mode. You're going to see a purple bubble. That purple bubble, if you stand in that, it means the boss can't damage you with one of her mechanics. If you stand in that, it will negate the hard mode. So it will break the hard mode. So you won't get the hard mode if you stand in the circle. So this whole boss fight hard mode depends on you not standing in that circle. Don't ever have any of your group members run through that circle or would deactivate the hard mode. So you can see here this boss will spawn these little purple circles on the ground and they expand. She spawns those circles in correlation to, like, she'll teleport to random group members. So you want to stay stacked up as possible during this so she doesn't spread as many of those and you can keep them centralized. The other mechanic you're going to see here is she's going to do a, so you're going to see her teleport. So 1, 2, She did 3. She should teleport. Oh, she didn't teleport again. So you can see, though, those circles spread out on the ground corresponding to where she teleports to. So you want to keep her group as central as possible, grouped up. You're going to see another mechanic here in a second. She's going to do a magicka draining damage mechanic like that last boss had. Just have her group stack up and heal and damage her. You're going to do... There it is right there. That mechanic. It's not too terribly bad. You just want to make sure your healer's on it and it healed through that and shield up. So you're going to want to stay stacked up here. You can see she's going to teleport again. There's not really any other mechanics here. Do not stand in that purple AoE. It will kill you. I don't even as a tank stand in that. As I could probably stand in one. But what happens is you can see they overlap here. And it becomes a real pain in the butt. Other than that, like I said, stay grouped up. Don't stand in purple and heal through her little tether magicka draining like dot. And that's it on this boss. I can't think of any other mechanics here. And stay out of that purple circle on the brazier there, or you will not get the hard mode. Or if you're not looking to do the hard mode, that's where you'd stand, because those purple AoEs won't actually go in there, and she won't actually drain your magic if you're standing in the circle. You can see we took an L there. We took an L. Someone died. Yeah, that purple dot is no joke. It's really dangerous. But as long as you stay ranged and don't go in the purple and heal through that tether. There's not really anything else to this boss. I think that's it for this one. You're gonna see us beat the boss here in a second. Yeah, this boss can be really frustrating if you don't understand the mechanics or anything. But that's gonna do it for us, guys. Yeah, guys, if you liked that video, leave comments down below, and don't forget to click like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.